Hey, what's good guys? It's Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com, and today we got a detailed look at these right here. This is the 2016 version of the Air Jordan 11 Space Jam. Now, some might say that this is one of the more anticipated releases of the year, and while I will not agree or disagree, I will say that this is one of the most interesting releases of the year, and for a couple of reasons. None of which are the reasons why you might think. It's not because of them being hyped up, it's not because it's an 11, it's actually because of the story and the way that they've released or revamped the shoe, aka remastered it. So let's talk about the remastered stuff first. So last year these guys released, it was the Air Jordan 11 72 and 10. This was supposed to have been, by Jordan Brand's own words, the first remastered Air Jordan 11. However, that wasn't exactly the case. A lot of OG heads already noticed the shape was still just like every other retro, patent leather cut, so on and so forth. And most importantly, the logo right here on the heel, it was still facing the back of the shoe on the left shoe. Now fast forward a year later, and these guys right here are the best, I guess, rendition of the 11 that I've seen since 1995 in terms of overall shape, patent leather cut, patent leather quality, because this is actually real leather, and they actually put that logo the way that it's supposed to be. Now the second thing that I think is really interesting is just the overall story. While Jordan Brand has not actually put forth any real marketing for the shoe, so far it's all been kind of like speculation on the blog's behalf and by other sneaker people, sneaker heads, or whatever you want to call them. And obviously they've dubbed this shoe the Space Jam, and rightfully so. This is the packaging. The sleeve here, which is a sleeve, features the 23 on top of the 45, and on top of that it actually utilizes Bugs Bunny's hands intertwined with his ears and the Monstar's hands, which are from Space Jam. And then on the back of the sleeve right here, it's got the Looney Tunes logo, but that's about where, you know, all the comparisons and stuff like that between these and Space Jam the movie stop, because there's no other correlation. We're gonna keep going on the box real quick. Once you open up the sleeve, it's got the 45 here. It's got a Concord colored pull tab right here, or pull hole, I don't know what that's called. Inside has the traditional sleeve, so same kind of sheen and all that stuff as past years. However, it does not say the whole, you know, Mike made them fly, you made them iconic stuff. The first set of paper is black and it says 45 on there, and there's other layers of paper underneath, and then all of the paper that they stuff in between the shoes so they don't scuff each other up in the box. My favorite feature of the packaging actually comes from the inside. It's this like space graphic, and it's like iridescent and all that stuff. I just think it looks really sweet. Now back to the shoes and the whole Space Jam story. So MJ wore this shoe in the movie Space Jam. He actually wore two Air Jordans. It was the Air Jordan 9 in the playoff colorway, or the white and black colorway, whatever, you know, the nickname is. To me, that's the actual Space Jam. And then in the actual game versus the Monstars, he wore this colorway of the Air Jordan 11, but his had the 23 on the rear because that was the jersey number that he wore at the time of filming and completing the movie Space Jam. He was still retired. Now this is where the story gets a little messy, a little convoluted. 1995 NBA playoffs, the Bulls, they're in the playoffs. MJ decides to bring himself out of retirement just in time for the playoffs, and he comes back wearing number 45. As most of you guys know, he ended up wearing the 11s a lot sooner than he was supposed to. He wore the Concord Air Jordan 11, which are these bad boys right here, and for whatever reason, the NBA at that time, you were, you know, in violation of their uniform regulation or rules, wearing a white and black sneaker. I don't know if it was necessarily the color or just the fact that maybe all the teammates weren't wearing something similar. I really don't know the whole logistics of the rule. All I know is that MJ was fined once again, just like the Air Jordan 1 banned, even though that wasn't the real story either. Shout out to MJ23Dan, you can go check out his video on that. But he was fined for wearing that shoe, and every time he wore it. So they had to think of something, and the only shoe they had lying around, in my opinion, not fact, just speculation, was this colorway right here. Now, the difference between this version that he wore on court and the version that he wore on court in the movie Space Jam was that the version he wore in the playoffs was this exact pair right here. So they were all black, ice blue sole, Concord hits on the traction pods and the logos, but no 23 in the back. Instead, it was a stitched on 45. Very interesting. So what's the deal with these? Are these Space Jams? Are these playoff Air Jordan 11s? You know what I mean? Like, what are they? So I think it'll be really interesting to see what story they go with. Are they Space Jams? Are they 95 playoffs? What are they? Let me know your guys' thoughts, because I would definitely be interested in hearing them. What are your speculative theories, and are they the real Space Jams? Let me know. Did you guys want a review on the shoe, or what? I guess we can go with that. So as I was saying earlier, this is the first time that this shoe has come back in original shape since its original release, and from what I can remember of the 2000-2001 series. I did have the 2000 Concord 11s, but that was so long ago. I was a senior in high school. I don't have them anymore. I did also have the original black and reds as well. Obviously I don't have those anymore either, so I have nothing to compare them to other than the other retros of the shoe that I have, and quite honestly the shape of those looks real funny compared to these, and vice versa. These look kind of funny compared to those, because I've been kind of like used to seeing the retro weird shaped version with the low patent leather, the strange banana cut of the shoe. They look kind of long and boxy versus these guys where they look a little bit more bulky and like, I guess, more substance. So all the past retros have kind of like fogged my memory, and so these just look weird to me, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. But as I was saying, this is the true cut of patent leather. Not only that, but this is actual patent leather. Behind there you can see the white line. That white line is also the grain of leather behind the patent finish, the traditional ballistic style mesh with nylon lacing system. Also, this is a small detail, but the laces that they use here are just a little bit thicker, just a little bit. Not quite OG status, but a little bit thicker than the past retros. They've also got the Nike Air on the insole as well. And the thing that I really like is that the Jumpman is just facing the right way. I really, the way that they have been have really bothered me. I've just never gotten used to it. So this to me is just the truest way that the Air Jordan should look. Air Jordan 11, I should say. Then you got that stitch game on point right there. That 45 is looking mighty clean. I would have preferred the 23, but you know, if this is actually MJ's playoff PE from that series, and I think that's a really cool touch. The leather on the back isn't anything crazy. It feels like a synthetic, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna boost it up or anything if it's not anything special. So you know, don't get your hopes up or anything, but at least the primary source of leather on the shoe is actual leather. Then we got that blue tinted outsole. Once again, this is actually an original feature from the Air Jordan 11. Some people don't like it, some people do, but it's an OG feature, so you got to take it for what it is. Then you got Concord traction pods and then a carbon fiber shank, and that's pretty much all she wrote. These guys do fit true to size, so that's what I would recommend getting if you're interested in the shoe. The release date's kind of up in the air. I've been hearing December 10th, December 17th. All I know is that retail price is $220. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about these. Are they the Space Jams? Are they the playoffs? So thank you guys once again, and until next time guys, have a good one.
What's going on, guys? It's Jaron from WearTesters.com, and Under Armour has just locked in a deal that will make them the exclusive uniform provider for Major League Baseball. The deal won't take effect until the year 2020, but this is still a major step for the brand as it marks the first time they will hold
This is what they're labeling as the off-white colorway. It's basically like a really nice creamy or tan color. I absolutely love the way that this